Hello guys, good evening. It's 4th of February 2018 and in this lesson we are going to discuss a bit more about the usage of the verbs from the second group of verbs in French language that we already started to talk about last week. Last week I explained how the conjugation takes place, what are the endings that you append to the root taken from the infinitive form of the verb, and then how you actually conjugate these verbs of the second group of verbs in present tense simple. Now let's give more examples into context so that you can learn vocabulary alongside these practical usage examples. So I'm going to focus this evening on 3 verbs and I'm gonna make sentences with them. So these 3 verbs are affranchir, agrandir, amoindrir. Okay, let's start with the first one, affranchir, which means to liberate oneself, to free oneself, to go beyond, let's say, a certain limit. So, here the first example, j'affranchis mes propres limites et je suis assertive en face des gens. J'affranchis mes propres limites et je suis assertive en face des gens. I surpass my own limits and I am assertive in front of people. En face des gens, it means in front of people. En face des gens. For example, les gens, it means the people. Uncountable plural number. J'affranchis, it means I surpass. Mes propres limites, my own limits. Je suis assertive, it means I am assertive. Je suis assertive. And en face des gens, it means in front of people. So once again, j'affranchis mes propres limites et je suis assertive en face des gens. Okay, next example. With this verb affranchir, which means to free, to liberate, to transcend, to go beyond a limit. Tu t'affranchis de cette barrière dans ta vie personnelle. You free yourself of this barrier in your personal life. Tu t'affranchis, it means you free yourself. De cette barrière, of this barrier, in your personal life, dans ta vie personnelle. Dans ta vie personnelle, it means in your personal life. So, tu t'affranchis, it means you liberate yourself. This is the reflexive pronoun, T apostrophe. And you put here the apostrophe because usually it should be tu te affranchis. Tu te affranchis, you liberate yourself, but because you have a vowel already here, you have a vowel, and this one is already a vowel, you just eliminate the 2 vowels and you connect the reflexive pronoun with the verb by only apostrophe, by eliminating the vowel from the reflexive pronoun. So, tu t'affranchis de cette barrière. Cette barrière, it means this barrier. Here it's with grave accent. Cette barrière, this barrier. Tu t'affranchis de cette barrière dans ta vie personnelle. You free yourself of this barrier in your personal life. About vocabulary, what else did we forget here? Okay. Ta vie personnelle, it means your personal life. La vie, it means the life. Ta vie, it means your life. And here your, it's second person singular, but we're going to do the possessive pronouns some other time in a future lesson. Now you just learn that this is a possessive pronoun, and because it goes before a feminine noun, la vie, it's a feminine noun, because it goes before it, it will be ta. Otherwise it would have been ton. But we're going to discuss it in a future lesson, don't worry for now. Tu t'affranchis de cette barrière dans ta vie personnelle. Your personal life, ta vie personnelle, la vie, the life, ta vie, your life. Okay. Enough with this, let's go to next example, and it will clarify more once you take more examples, practical examples. Il s'affranchit du désir de revenir à la maison. Il s'affranchit du désir de revenir à la maison. He liberates himself of the desire to come back home. Let's break the sentence into more easy to understand vocabulary. Il s'affranchit. It means he liberates himself. Here the reflexive pronoun himself, it's actually this little s that I'm gonna put in green. Il s'affranchit. He liberates himself. Himself, green color, and s, green color, because they represent the same. After that, du désir, of the desire. Le désir, it means the desire. Du désir, of the desire. He liberates himself of the desire. Le désir de revenir. The desire to come back. Revenir, it means to come back. À la maison, of course, we already stumbled across this sentence. It means at home or to home. And it's with a grave accent on the A. So, à la maison. At, it's actually this A with an accent, with a grave accent. Okay? So, let's read aloud this sentence once more time. One more time. Il s'affranchit du désir de revenir à la maison. He liberates himself. He liberates himself of the desire to come back at home. À la maison, at home. Okay. You can even make a screenshot of this whole section right now, and you can take notes in your notebook so that you can learn better. And after taking the screenshot, we can move now forward to the next examples. Nous nous affranchissons du désir de revenir à la maison. Nous nous affranchissons du désir de revenir à la maison. We free ourselves of the desire to come back at home. You can remark already something. Here it's got an S, and here it's a vowel that starts the next word. Let's put it in blue. And that's why you pronounce S here as a Z, because it's followed by the first vowel of the following word in the sentence. So, nous nous affranchissons. You don't pronounce nous nous affranchissons, but you pronounce nous nous affranchissons du désir de revenir à la maison. We free ourselves of the desire to come back at home. Okay, next example. Vous vous affranchissez du besoin de manger ce chocolat. Vous vous affranchissez du besoin de manger ce chocolat. You liberate yourselves of the need to eat this chocolate. Now let's break it into more comprehensible fragments. Ce chocolat, it means this chocolate. Le chocolat, it means the chocolate. De manger, to eat. Le besoin, the need. Le besoin de manger ce chocolat, the need to eat this chocolate. Ok, vous vous affranchissez. Vous vous affranchissez. Vous vous affranchissez, it means you free/liberate yourselves. S'affranchir, in this case, it means to liberate oneself. And this reflexive pronoun S apostrophe, it's actually meaning oneself. It's reflexive pronoun in French. It's actually SE, but because this vowel drops, you just put apostrophe. And why this vowel drops? It drops because it's followed by another vowel of the beginning of the next word in the sentence. Okay, next example. Ils s'affranchissent de la promesse faite. They free themselves of the made promise. Ils s'affranchissent, they free themselves. I think this is obvious in the light of what we already shared so far. La promesse, it means the promise. La promesse faite, it means the made promise. Okay, next example. Now we're going to discuss about the second verb for today, that we're gonna give more in-depth examples about how to conjugate it in the present tense simple and with nice vocabulary around it. And this verb is agrandir. It means to enlarge, to make bigger. J'agrandis l'écriture avec un zoom in. J'agrandis l'écriture avec un zoom in. I enlarge the writing with a zoom in. Avec un zoom in, it means with a zoom in. J'agrandis, I enlarge. L'écriture, l'écriture, it means the writing. Okay, you can make a screenshot of this section as well, and you can repeat it at your own pace, or you can, jot it down on a notebook, on a piece of paper, because, you have to repeat words and vocabulary in order to really understand them and reproduce them when needed in the future. So, next section, boys and girls. Tu agrandis la taille des lettres de ton livre. Tu agrandis la taille des lettres de ton livre. You enlarge the size of the letters of your book. Tu agrandis, you enlarge. La taille, it means the size. It's a feminine noun. De ton livre, of your book. And of course, le livre, it means the book. And by the book, you actually say à la carte. À la carte. Okay, next example. Nous agrandissons l'espace de notre chambre. we make bigger, we augment, we increase the space in our room. Nous agrandissons. L'espace, it means the space. And dans notre chambre, it means in our room. Notre chambre, it means our room. This is a possessive adjective, pronominal adjective. Let's say it's a possessive pronoun for the sake of simplicity. Technically speaking, it's an adjective, pronominal adjective, but let's just consider it a possessive pronoun because it shows possession. It's our room. Okay, so our room, our, it's notre. Okay, next example. This one is a very nice example. It's actually making reference to my own persona, but that's a mystery that I'm gonna probably elucidate in a future lesson. So let's read it out loud. Vous agrandissez les chances de revenir à Wrocław si vous apprenez le polonais. Vous agrandissez les chances de revenir à Wrocław si vous apprenez le polonais. You augment, you increase the chances to come back to Wrocław if you learn the Polish language. Vous agrandissez, you augment. Les chances, the chances, the probabilities, the odds. De revenir à Wrocław, to come back to Wrocław. Si vous apprenez le polonais, if you learn Polish language. Si vous apprenez le polonais, if you learn the Polish language. If you learn. Si, it means if. Okay. Now the last verb for today, it's the verb amoindrir, which means to belittle, to diminish. Amoindrir, to belittle, to diminish. Nous amoindrissons l'importance de ce fait. Nous amoindrissons l'importance de ce fait. We belittle the importance of this fact. L'importance, the importance. De ce fait, it means of this fact. Okay, next example. Vous amoindrissez l'importance de cette nouvelle. Vous amoindrissez l'importance de cette nouvelle. You belittle the importance of this news. Cette nouvelle, this news. La nouvelle, it means the news. L'importance de cette nouvelle, the importance of this news. Okay, next one. Ils amoindrissent la qualité curative de ce thé médicinal. They belittle the curative quality of this medicine tea. Ils amoindrissent la qualité curative de ce thé médicinal. Le thé médicinal, medicine tea. Ce thé, this tea. Ils amoindrissent la qualité curative de ce thé médicinal. Okay, I guess we can move next to the following. J'amoindris le risque en prenant cette action. I diminish the risk by taking this action. J'amoindris le risque en prenant cette action. I diminish the risk by taking this action. En prenant cette action, it means by taking this action. Le risque, of course, it means the risk. En prenant, it means by taking. En prenant, by taking. For example, en regardant, it means by watching. En faisant, it means by doing. And you already notice the endings of this tense, which is this verbal mode, which is called in French le gérondif. It's this this form with these endings that corresponds to the English, let's say, present tense continuous form of the verb, like by taking, by watching, by doing. And by, it's just, let's color it red and let's put also the correspondent, its peer on the left, which is en. En prenant, it means by taking, and by, it's the correspondent of en here, and vice versa. Okay, so this le gérondif, it's a verbal mode that we're gonna actually explain also in a bit more detail after we will have finished all the groups of verbs in French language. Okay, so I guess this sums up for today. In our next lesson we're going to discuss about conjugation of the third group of verbs, which is the last one in French language. And then after I explain the conjugation in the present tense simple for this third group of verbs, I'm going to explain more vocabulary, just like I've done today in practical usage. And of course, enjoy the ride, many lessons to come, many vocabulary, grammar, practices, so just stick with me, like my channel, share it with a friend, subscribe of course, don't forget to subscribe, and check out every week because I'm posting at least 2 videos each week on these French topics. Thank you, until next time, bye bye.